Yo, what's good, everybody? How are you? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, Lawrence, do you like the new trailer and the intro?
I do like that. I missed the beginning.
Let's go.
But yeah, it looked dope. I liked it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Lawrence is like, you got my good side. Everybody got to see Marv for the first time. Hey.
It wasn't. You saw what the back of Marv's head, I think.
For real.
They saw like a split second of his face.
Was he? Did you see his face? Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I said, hey man, bro, I'm tired of you messing with me.
What's even happening?
Yo, Marv is high, bro.
It's
You
alright,
could be
bro.
on camera.
Hey, so welcome everybody to That One Piece Talk. My name is Larry,
Lawrence,
Seb.
and this is That One Piece Talk, where we talk One Piece.
what's up?
We are on episode 39, one episode away from being at 40, which is phenomenal. And we're going to be discussing chapter 1043, which happens to be sending the whole One Piece community into like this whole weird frenzy of One Piece madness that I'm loving and sort of disliking at the same time. But I just want to say thank you to everybody that's in the chat for joining. I also want to say thank you to everybody that happens to tune in to our episodes. You are greatly appreciated. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the chat first before we actually go into announcements. So Seb, tell me who's in the chat.
Yeah, man.
And what are they saying?
We got Sporky, Onion, Chidori, Aaron Tate, who shouted me out for being right, as I always am. Samba, Jaheim, Triz, Chris, always laughing, Vic, Javian, Kevin Salas, Ast Elm, Wesley Fleischerman, and Oncrave, man. Love to see you on here. And Josh O in the chat.
Josh, what's up?
What up, Josh?
Hey guys, thank you so much for being in here. I really enjoy you, and I hope you enjoy us. But now, let's get into the announcements because there's a lot to talk about, and I do want to go into detail about a lot of things. So, jumping right into it. For announcements, YouTube. 2 of the last episodes we had generated over 800 plus views.
What up?
Our latest video had the highest likes of all time for an episode at 121 likes. I want to say thank you to everyone for helping us reach another milestone on YouTube. For Spotify, we generated over 350 plus organic listens, which is the highest ever within the week for its premiere, our last episode. Nice. And Discord, we especially want to thank everyone that has joined our Discord. We currently sit at 225 members. That's most in all of our other peers that I know so far, except like the big names like O'Hara and Law and stuff like that. It's truly an honor to have people we could talk about One Piece too. So I hope you feel the same way about us. So, arigato. So to keep my word, I do want to start adding this into the show, keeping our word. So if I promise you something, I want to be able to do it and know that you could depend on me doing that. So I'm going to keep my word to Jaheim Smith. I told him, he emailed us. I didn't get to ask the question he asked us the day of on Monday or the email he previously sent us. So I want to ask that right now to fulfill that promise. So the question is, he says, this question is for you all. We saw Kaido see a handful of people he thinks is worthy enough to fight him. Looking at those persons, it's likely they could beat him. Now, we didn't see Mihawk, who is the world's strongest swordsman. Is that Kaido saying Mihawk couldn't beat him, or is it he just didn't fight Mihawk to know? Keep up the good work, guys. We'll start with Lawrence.
I appreciate the question. It's something we all thought about this too, because there's certain people there that are not on the list, like you mentioned, like Mihawk, Garp, Big Mom. And it's a good question, like, is Kaido just talking about people he's personally faced, or is it just in general? I went into more of these are people that he's actually encountered and fought. We know he fought Odin, right? How could I think he not fought Whitebeard? And he had even a mini skirmish with Shanks, right? So you could kind of believe, like, evidence kind of shows that he went to at least battle or a little skirmish or some type of conversation with them all, and they shown, or Kaido read or saw or, like, sensed it with his haki, that these people could probably fight me. Or these people can fight me or have a chance to, like, give me the fight I want or possibly taking me out. I believe Mihawk's not there because, not that he's not, because he's older than Shanks, but I don't think he came across him because I think Mihawk doesn't show to be crazy active, and mostly he kind of fights swordsmen, Why would, Shanks, he's a Yonko. He reached that status, so most Yonkos are going to have interactions or certain clashes with other Yonko. Mihawk doesn't fit that category where he's not a Yonko, but also Kaido's not a swordsman himself. So why would he be fighting? Like, even for example, to bring this point home is when Whitebeard was at the war, Mihawk goes, "Let me test myself against the world's strongest man." He's saying that now, so it's like, did you not face Whitebeard beforehand? So it's probably similar with Kaido.
Okay. What about you, Seb?
And I'll try to keep this short. I agree with Lawrence for the most part. I just don't think he's ever come across him. I don't think they've ever had a real interaction for Kaido to just give him the stamp that he gave those other people. Because those people had like a major impact in his life. His former captain, the Pirate King, Whitebeard, the strongest man, Odin, the man who scarred him, and Shanks. Don't know yet, but it's probably his only like contemporary that he believes could actually beat him or could potentially beat him. So like with Mihawk, I just don't think they've ever had an engagement. I don't think they've ever had a meeting. They've never clashed. They've never fought. And Kaido's just not the type to give somebody that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Shanks had to earn that. Odin had to earn that. You know what I'm saying? Like Roger Rock's Whitebeard, that comes with the territory. But like they had to earn that stamp. As Luffy, when he cracked them, he thought of them. You know what I mean? So like he's starting to, as you can see with Luffy now, he's starting to earn that stamp. Like even if it goes the way that Kaido wants and 15 years from now some other kid's coming up and he's thinking, Luffy would probably show up in that bubble.
Yeah.
He's just having an interaction with him. He never had that with Mihawk. So that's my thought process.
Yeah, I agree with Sebastian a little bit more than I do you, Lawrence. And my only rebuttal is because he didn't consider Big Mom a part of that, and they interacted.
Yeah.
So for me to think that Big Mom isn't in that group of people, you know how I think of Big Mom. Like, she has the capabilities, and she was stronger than Luffy was when Luffy was fighting Kaido at that point in time, when Kaido recognized him as these fellow companions that could probably dish out, you know, or be able to damage him in some way. And we know Big Mom can do that.
Yeah.
And was able to do that when Luffy was at that stage of the fight. So for her not to be included in that thought process for Kaido either means it's more of a sibling relationship that they have where they wouldn't want to do that to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Big Mom is definitely a part of that for me.
Or sexism.
Could be sexism.
See, man.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. But overall, thank you for that question, Jaheim. Listen, guys, I love the questions, but sometimes until we get more time for our episodes, we have to dish out those questions to the Discord. I know it's cool to do that, but unless it's like calling up and stuff, we got to like concise our episode just a little bit. So, yeah. To get to this one part before we get into the chapter, if you want to become a member on YouTube, you're able to do so by joining us and basically becoming a member. I believe it's in our profile for our YouTube. You get loyalty badges. You'll see other people's names inside the chat as well that have theirs, and you'll be able to have special emojis. Or you want to subscribe to us on Discord. So as always, you know, we know people want to make the show longer, but for us to do that, you need to help us out financially. We rent out a studio to give you guys the high quality that you see here. Obviously, you don't see it anywhere else. Every cent counts. So to those that are already a member on YouTube or have subscribed to us on Discord, thank you. Believe me, thank you. If you are broke and you're not able to do so, listen, smash that like, hit that comment, alert that bell, and just share it, because honestly, that does a lot for our channel. As you can see, we have the most likes on last episode. It gave us the most views. So it just makes our pirate crew a little bit bigger. So to get into chapter 1043, everybody, I know you're all waiting for it. Let's get into the cover story. So Oven and Brule have arrived at Whole Cake Island. They are carrying Niji and Yonji. In Montdior's book, do you think we'll see Katakuri, Sebastian?
I hope we do. I think we will, and I hope we do. I will be honest, I skipped this cover story so hard when this chapter dropped. I was just like, next, did not care. I was ready. But I think we do. That's a good thought process. I think we will. We're seeing Brule, who was another like major piece of that fight. I think we will see him. It'll be dope to see him. And if the Arthur Blackbeard storms Storm's Whole Cake theory comes out to be true, it'll be fire. So
Okay.
I like that. I like thinking that.
What about you, Law? Do you think we'll see Katakuri?
We better, in all honesty, because I'm pretty sure like everyone's wondering why wasn't Katakuri on the ship when they went to Wano, but it makes sense too because even before that we got word that he was the one that's always protecting Whole Cake. Why he also got there strong is because when Big Mom's away, there's a numerous amount of people trying to fight Whole Cake, and he was the one to protect his family. Yeah. So and also it shows that Dogtooth is running things while Big Mom is gone.
I'm running things.
I'm running things. But yeah, so most likely they're gonna, since they all recognize Dogtooth as the high underneath Big Mom, so they're probably gonna consult him, saying what should we do with these people, because most likely this is gonna mean war for them, because they just broke an alliance with the Germa, and now we captured two of their most valued sons. Okay. So yeah.
All right. I would like to see Katakuri. I think it would do the cover story justice, but I think it would do the fans justice just to see him, after everything that happened, to also see what he's doing. I think it would just make this chapter, next chapter, if it does happen, even better, just to start it off. All right. So let's get into Kaido versus Luffy. Remember, we're going to talk about a lot of what happened at the end, so let's keep it short, like a little bit. Let's keep our answers more a little concise. The chapter starts off with Kaido landing his final attack on Luffy after the CP0 agent interfered with their fight. Luffy deflates and flies into the air, and Kaido watches. Momonosuke mentions he can't hear Luffy's voice any longer. Luffy lands back down. Kaido is wheezing, and Kaido has been declared the winner. Kaido then tells the CP0 agent, "So you're prepared for what happens next," and strikes the agent, crushing the rooftop. What are your thoughts, Lawrence?
I mean, this is what we've been saying, or I guess kind of waiting for. Luffy's defeat. Granted, it's not exactly the way we want it to be, by the CPO stepping in, but we all saw it coming if he stepped in or not. Right.
It's kind of ridiculous that if you didn't see this coming, it needed to happen.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. Like, pretty much. Like, and you're seeing even now, like, going on to next, like, taking out the CP0, how he just kind of accepted his death, because I guess he realizing there's nothing I could do to fight or prevent myself from dying from Kaido, right? But how much strength Kaido still has left, right? So it shows that no matter what Luffy would have thrown, it really wouldn't have been enough, because Luffy was at his last one attack. What one attack could Luffy have done to really put Kaido down? Nothing, and that's all he had left. So, and I'm just so weird, like, for him, the CPO, just to give his life in a way for this. It still kind of bothers you. You just accepted it. Like, you didn't try to fight, try to escape, nothing. You just let this monster just attack you, and that's it for you. Yeah. But because, like, you're supposed to be the shield of the greater cause. Why not? Yeah, you did your assignment, but you didn't have to die during this assignment. You chose to. Even though it didn't mean death because it gets Kaido, what can you do? But fight something. I don't know. Go out in a fight is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree, actually. Yeah. What about you, Seb?
One, as Lawrence pointed out, who expected anything different? There was no way Kaido was gonna lose, bro. I've been called this since episode 1. I try to tell y'all. The fact that it was declared the winner is so great. I didn't think Oda would do that. For some reason, I didn't. But I thought that was great. That double page spread of Kaido standing and Luffy in the middle with the CPs. Best Wano spread yet. I'm not even playing with you. I thought it was beautiful.
It's not better than Big Mom and Kaido and the Supernova.
I think it's better. I think it's better, man.
You got bad taste.
I think it's.
You got bad taste.
Listen, it's so good. Luffy's just completely defeated. Yeah. Kaido's standing there. This is the dopest he's looked in the hybrid form to me. By far. Okay. Blowing in the wind, CP0 dude just accepting his death. And this is something I do want to push back on. I understand what y'all are saying, like, try, but, like, it was cool. Like, he accepted his death. He knew, bro. This is it. I got in the way. I'm going to die. He accepted it. It was a dope little nod.
This is why you specialize in observation hockey and not conquerors hockey.
Stop it.
This is your thought process.
Yeah, what would he do? What could he do?
Try.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die regardless.
Try anyway.
So die pathetically, die as an ant, trying to crawl up something, or die dope. He died dope, man. He died dope. He died dope.
By accepting his death. He died dope.
Yes.
You see, people?
I respect it.
Everybody in the chat.
Respect.
This is not conquerors hockey right here.
Listen.
At all.
Listen, man. He knew he was going to die. He still sacrificed his life for the cause.
Okay.
And Momo saying Luffy lost his voice, I mean, we're going to get to it later, but I assumed that meant Luffy was dead.
Yeah.
So, is his memory card burning up? What's up with that?
Did we get it already?
No, he's just going ahead.
Did we?
All right, are you done?
He said he didn't hear Luffy's voice already. He said
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I'm done. He said that already. We went over that.
All right, so for my thoughts on everything that happened, it was very satisfying to see Luffy lose because, as I've said from the get, he's just not that guy. He's not ready for what Kaido is. Even though Kaido watches him fly up into the air, and it was very satisfying to see Kaido seem a little... You felt emotional for Kaido. You wanted him to have a satisfying battle to an extent because of what Oden's flashback was.
Right.
So just to see that Luffy lands and plops back down and he's like still upset over what the CP0 agent did was very satisfying as well. And I like that he was declared the winner instead of just, Luffy just laying there. It's nice to see that he struck the agent. What I didn't like was that we didn't see the agent die. Mm-hmm. We didn't, as horrible as that may sound, but it's like, you got to start showing us that you're taking people out. Last chapter, we just saw Drake stab this dude through the back. Mm-hmm. But, you're not going to show this guy being put down.
Yeah.
That leads me to believe that CP0 agent is going to have some after effect now on the arc itself. And I'm not very happy about that because now I'm going to expect it because he's not officially put down. Mm-hmm. So he has more to this story to go. And it's like that's been happening with anybody that Kaido and the Beast Pirates and the Big Mom Pirates or Big Mom herself has encountered. That anybody they actually put down don't stay down. Mm-hmm. But everybody on the other side just keep getting back up and keep winning. That's a huge problem in my opinion.
Parvision agreed with me, by the way. He in the chat.
Oh, Parvision's in the chat?
Yeah. I made him a mod, too, so we can see him. But he agreed with me. He said CP0 dude is valid for that. Because he is.
Well, congrats on being a mod. We had no idea, Parvision. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I really dislike the fact that that wasn't shown to us. Mm-hmm. We need to feel the opposite side as winning at some point. We don't need to have just, you're declared the winner. No, we want to see them be the winner, and we want to know concrete evidence that they are.
Yeah.
Right now, they're not. They're facing the CP0, and they're facing the Alliance. Mm-hmm. And, they've been losing. They've had the numbers on their side. They have the strength on their side. They have the experience, the knowledge on their side. They had, everything, and yet they're still always losing.
Yeah.
It's a little issue for me. I'm not gonna lie.
They ain't losing this chapter.
All right, so we go to Kaido's demands. Kawamatsu is shown seeing the ceiling collapse from Kaido's attack on the CP0 agent. Kaido bursts through via dragon form and announces Luffy has died. He wants Momonosuke to surrender. Nami calls him a liar, and Kaido attacks her with Boro breath. Marco defends her and blocks the attack. Oh my god. Law states that Luffy's voice is gone. Law and Kid start to get up to fight even though they have nothing left. Beast Pirates start to attack Law and Kid, but their crews come out of nowhere to defend them. Neko, Mamushi, and Carrot decide to join the fight, and Law and Kid too.
Carrot's hiding.
What do you feel about all this, Seb?
I love it. They're frantically scrambling to survive and protect their captains and people they care about. Fire's raging. Kaido's bursting through the roof. You know how crazy it's got to be? That Kaido actually comes down and is just yo, he lost. It's yo, what? But everybody been winning.
Yeah.
So I think it's dope. You start seeing that tension that we always talk about. People are sweating. People are yo, holy crap.
The tension has been lacking the entire time.
So, we're starting to see it a little bit, and you know me. I mean, I'll get to that a little later. But in general, I really love that Nami moment, though.
Yeah.
Nami standing up, an Emperor of the Sea just bore down on her. And this is the second time that she stood up to one in this arc.
Yeah, it's true.
This is, I was yo, Nami out here, man. Kaido was yo, Luffy died. She said, yo, you're a liar. Out of here.
Yo, in the anime, Nami's going to have Conqueror's Haki too.
But I really loved it, man. Seeing the distressed faces, seeing Marco's face, because he's oh, nah, he really lost. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to be supportive, but he's
Yeah.
I know what it is. I know what emperors
Damn,
are
I should have took that superstar comment back.
But, I mean, the stars won. Luffy did. But I really like seeing that, man. And seeing Law and Kid's crews jump in front of them and protect them, I thought that was really great. Because if you see it, they technically protected the other captain. Like, John Bart protected Kid, and I don't know who that is, protected Law. So I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but yeah, man. This is the tension I need.
Okay. What about you, Law? How do you feel? What's your thoughts?
I need more, though.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here, and it's funny how Momo immediately, like as soon as Luffy lost, Luffy's voice is gone. Like I thought that was interesting because it's like anyway, like the first one, I guess because he could hear the voice of all things, and then the next person I guess to recognize that is Law, but we never got any word because I don't think it's a voice of all things that you could hear someone's voice gone because Law doesn't sense Luffy's voice anymore, right? And those who said that was Momo and Law, but they never showed that Law had it, right? Because I think Kaido, for Big Mom, he said that she lost, but he never said her voice was gone, you know? So, and he never shown to have future sight either. But with all this going on, I was going to ask you too about the drama. The tension that you guys wanted, is this, apparently it's not enough. But it's asking some more, you think, well, we want to feel the dread because anyway, always in the arc, Luffy's supposed to bring the hope back.
Right.
You know, like when everything seems lost, like I said, it's getting worse from worse. Because we haven't things have getting worse in Wano, but it hasn't been to like, you know, there's nothing we can do. And then Luffy comes and is like, Alabasta, we got that. Everything is going down. NL's lobby is going, everything is going down. Like, we're surrounded, we have nothing. And then Luffy comes and like seals the deal.
Right. And
they open up. So we haven't got that in Wano yet. So now hopefully it's adding towards it where like, especially because remember last time when Luffy lost, we saw Kaido was coming down and taking out people, right? But he hasn't fully taken out because Kinemon's still alive. So we kind of need to see that again. Kaido comes, when he come down from Luffy losing another time, him just taking out people. We see him breathing fire, but we need to see him like, we have nothing. Like and then honestly, what needs to happen, Onigashima?
Yes.
Onigashima needs to land. Because in a way, not something showing that like what Kaido wanted did happen, you know. Without obviously everything blowing up, but I feel like that needs to happen to add to the tension. It was like we can't stop this monster. Then Luffy comes, you know. But yeah, that's all I had for now because we're moving on, right?
Yeah. So it was nice to see that Kaido. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was actually a better page drawn by Oda than that double spread you were talking about. Because
really
punching through the roof the way he did in his dragon form and looking upon everybody and then stating that Luffy did die and he needs Momonosuke to surrender. And then he goes, the reason that you guys are going to suffer now is because of the choice that you made to defy me. And now defying me has consequences. Now you're going to work the rest of your lives because you're nothing to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It proved even more as to why, like, people shouldn't have gone up against Kaido or Orochi because this was eventually going to lead to their doom if they did so. It's bringing back that reality that this is not a game. Yeah. Like, you can't just challenge me. Like, I will kill you.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's the opposite. Because them not fighting, Odin not fighting when he should have, led to them being...lulled into slavery.
Well, of course.
You know what I mean? If they fight,
it just goes back to saying, like, if you even tried, we just take you out and replace you.
Yeah.
That's what Kaido was saying. He was like, yo, you could try right now, but I'll just replace you.
Yeah.
Like, I'll use somebody else from another island and bring them here and use them as slaves.
Yeah.
So it was crazy to see that and him to announce that. Now, for the Law comment about not hearing his voice, that was super interesting to me because does that mean that Law has the voice of all things?
Right.
If so, is that specifically like a D-Clan Kazuki type thing? Is it rampant in that regards?
Yeah.
Because if so, like that means, Law is a little bit more interesting than we thought. And then getting back to the whole Nami opposing Kaido, that was really nice. Marco, once again, defending somebody, being the ultimate punching bag in the best situations.
Such a hater, man.
I love it. I love that he can't do anything back because that's literally his MO.
I like the knowledge that, like, Kaido didn't even, like, Marco doesn't roll up. Kaido didn't even bring him up.
Yeah, he was just like, this guy. So again, it goes into where we were asking the question, right? Like, where are Law and Kid's crews?
Yeah.
Like,
No, they were
where are
there. They were there when they were fighting Big Mom.
No, what I'm saying is, what effect are they having on the battle? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And we really didn't know. And then for them to come out and actually do something, I was like, oh, they're here.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, bet, yo.
Yeah,
they're
that's
actually
true.
here.
Yeah,
So I was
that's
very
true.
excited to see that.
Yeah.
And I think the best part of this is, believe it or not, after all that crazy stuff that happened, was Neko and Carrot joining the fight. It reminded me of, hey, we're going to get that alliance versus Oars again. Like, this is Thriller Bark happening, but in a better way.
Yeah.
And I love it because that's pre-time skip and post-time skip. That's how it's always been for Oda. He creates this little experiment in the beginning, and then he fully fleshes it out after and makes it 10 times better.
Yeah.
It happens with devil fruits, right? Like, a lot of the devil fruits that were in Alabasta were reintroduced in Dressrosa, but they were like the next level of those devil fruits. It's like always the next level for Oda.
Yeah.
So,
I had one more point.
Yeah, make it.
Make it quick.
Yeah.
I originally when I read the chapter, I didn't like that Kaido didn't like kill Luffy in front of them the way he had commented that he was going to. But after some discussion in the Discord, I actually liked the decision not to because I gained more respect for Kaido. I didn't beat Luffy the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
So he didn't feel like he had the right to brag about it in that way, to showcase his body. So like I gained more respect for Kaido, and I didn't have it when I read it. I was like, yo, just do what you said you were gonna do. I was getting mad. And then Discord convinced me not to. So shout out to the Discord, man. Yeah, I ain't in there. Get in there.
well, again, like, Oda don't always be right about his own creation. So sometimes he'll miss that writing where it'll flesh out Kaido's character a little bit more for us to understand that's what he's going through. Usually we have to fill in those pieces because, like we've said, he's probably been storyboarding a little bit or more in other chapters. So shout out to everybody in the Discord, yo. I swear, you guys are so good.
They be wilding in there.
So let's get to the most important part of the chapter, and I think this is what everybody's here for, right?
Yeah.
I titled this piece of the podcast "The Drums of Liberation." So Yamato and Momonosuke are arguing back and forth. Momo wants to surrender to avoid any more deaths. Yamato says they should fight back anyway, since everyone sacrificed themselves for this moment. It's been past 20 years. Yamato wants to die fighting. As Kaido is continuing his rampage, Luffy's heart begins to beat, and Zunisha is shown hearing something. Momonosuke asks what Zunisha's hearing, and the giant responds, "I hear the drums of liberation for the first time in 800 years. He is here." Momonosuke replies, "Who?" Zunisha says, "Joy Boy has returned." Next panel, we see Luffy smiling with smoke coming out of his mouth and body, and his hair is melting upwards. What is going on here, Lawrence?
So Luffy's Joy Boy, and it's funny because this doesn't say it in this translation, but another translation, I think the last translation I read, they made it seem like Joy Boy and Nika were the same person, right? So like showing that Luffy is Nika and Joy Boy, right? And it's interesting because when I was first reading it, I was seeing like Luffy, like his body moving, right? I was trying to think, all right, Luffy's coming back, gonna wake up. But now seeing this, and I'm trying to think like, I kind of felt like it's gonna sound weird, but that wasn't Luffy's smile, you know?
Okay.
Like, yes, it's Luffy's body obviously smiling, but like the smile that Luffy normally makes, I saw a different smile. So now being like, for example, is like, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm trying to, the way Oda does it might make me feel better about it. But like, did Joy Boy possess Luffy's body? Like, you know, like, not that we're going to lose Luffy forever, as in now he's just Joy Boy. Because because I kind of feel like Oda loves Luffy, as in he lets his, like, that's his, like, you know, Luffy as a character. I thought one thing where Oda even wrote, pay attention to the main character, Luffy, right? So us losing Luffy where he's just a new person now as in Joy Boy, I don't think that's going to happen. But right now, to me, it seems like this is not Luffy who's about to wake up. This is going to be completely Joy Boy, right?
That's your opinion. You think he's going to be completely Joy Boy?
That's what it's looking like to me. I don't know if I really want that. It depends on how it plays out. But that's what it's looking like to me. Because also, too, what is happening with Luffy's body? right? Luffy wouldn't know to do this, and he's smiling, right? Because also too, like Luffy died. Luffy didn't smile when he died, and we seen before when he was about to die, get his head chopped off. Luffy smiled, right? He's smiling now with a different smile, and you're awakening. So it's like this, and then Joy has returned, shows that this might be a different person. Like, so what does that mean for Luffy? As in, how long is Joy going to, like, are you working with Joy? Because are you going to be conscious with it? Because I don't know how Luffy knows much about Joy, but it seems like to me, Joy has possession of Luffy's body, right? For whatever reason, whatever that means, like in the One Piece world. So it's just interesting with how Oda's going to play this, because now he's using Luffy's body to do something. Because yes, Luffy's rubber, but we've never seen his hair go into rubber. It just looks like normal hair, right?
Yeah.
And the only time we've seen Luffy's steam come from his body is gears, right? So what is this? What is this transformation or thing happening to Luffy's body? You know?
Yeah.
So
I think the question for you, I think, then is, if this is what you think it is, that he's being possessed by Joy Boy itself,
yeah.
how do you feel about that?
To me, it all depends on how they go about it, because me personally, I wouldn't like someone else fighting Luffy's battle, simply put. Like, if Luffy is going to be the one to fight Kaido and beat him, it should be Luffy, not him borrowing someone else's strength, even if it is using his body, right? Like, we think of, remember they mentioned Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah.
Where Ryzen took possession of Yusuke's body to defeat Sensui. How did Yusuke feel after that? He was heated. He didn't accept that. Luffy would be similar. Like, who are you? Let go. This is my fight. Don't butt in. You know? So I would feel the same about Luffy. And also, because, like, Luffy, and I got into an argument about Sebastian. If Luffy's supposed to be the greatest pirate ever lived to overcome Roger, one, you shouldn't be dying. And two, you should be the one to finish your fights, not someone else for you. Because this could be a knock to your own great legacy. As in, this never happened to Roger. Like, Roger's the one that defeated his own enemies. Roger didn't die. You're supposed to surpass Roger, but you're out here dying, and someone else is feeding your greatest foe right now, Kaido. You know? So it depends on how they go about it. I don't think he should, me personally, I wouldn't want him to take possession of Luffy's body and beat Kaido for him. That I wouldn't like.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Seb?
So I think we've all thought Luffy was Joy Boy since the first time we heard the name. Well, first time we heard Orihime talk about it. So it wasn't like a shock. I was shocked that we're here already. You know what I mean? That it came now. Like, I thought that would be something that came later. But I have no issue with Luffy being Joy Boy. It's just, I agree with Lawrence 100%. I don't want to see Joy Boy take over Luffy's body and fight Kaido for him. I'm of the thought process that maybe he awakened him, and that allowed Joy Boy to, like, restart Luffy's heart for him, which is still kind of an asshole, but I'd much rather him help Luffy survive so that Luffy can fight and defeat Kaido, and maybe in that process awaken his devil fruit, which is what I think is happening to Luffy in the moment. But as long as we're not, like, if it's going to be a possession thing, I don't want to see Joy Boy fighting Kaido for Luffy. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like seeing, like, to Lawrence's point, I didn't like seeing it in Yu Yu Hakusho. It was dope to see Shishui get his ass whipped like that. But, like, but in general, this is One Piece. Like, soul manipulation in that light, where, like, Luffy's now gonna beat Kaido in a way that it's not. That's not One Piece.
Yeah.
It's not what it is. So, I have a very different take on what's happening there. I'll probably have to work with you on potentially dropping a theory video in regards to what exactly is happening and why this is happening for Luffy. Look out for that. But in general, it really is all just going to depend on how Oda writes it from this point.
Yeah.
Because if, as we know, like, One Piece is about destiny, but it's never been Luffy's the chosen one to this point. He's just been potentially one of the people, or potentially the one. So, like, if he is this reincarnated version of a person, that could be, depending on how Oda handles it, that could be a mark on the series. So that's all I gotta say for now. But go ahead, Larry.
All right. I feel the same way about you guys, the same way that you guys mentioned. I do not want Joy Boy. I don't like the whole Avatar thing. You know?
Okay.
Like,
Right.
it's Avatar again.
Right.
We seen it what happened with Asta. He has like his devil that he can help him fight. We seen it with Ichigo having his hollow fight for him. We seen it with Naruto having Kurama. We seen it with Yusuke having Raisen. I know it's a shonen thing, but the thing that always has separated One Piece itself, and I need everybody to realize this, is that this is why One Piece is so great. It's because Luffy has never used a secondary power-up. He's always willed himself to defeat his foes. He's always done the impossible by his way and his standards. And that's the one thing that makes Luffy possibly one of the best characters. He's even better than Goku in some regards because Goku has these crazy ass pulls. Luffy has his, but in a way you feel like he's earned it. It was never just given to him. So I think that if Oda makes Luffy get possessed by a previous fellow Joy Boy, it's like you're taking away from Luffy's character. You're demolishing Luffy's character. You're demolishing the show. Like it separated you for this long. It made you this great. And for you to just switch now, I think too many of people are jumping on board because that's what they've always seen. But if you realistically look at One Piece, you're gonna be like, man, this ain't the way One Piece is set up. This goes against everything that One Piece is. And like, he's no longer Luffy now. That's the most important part. He's no longer Luffy. We can't have that. Like, you can't take one of the most beloved characters for 1,000+ pages, chapters, and just go, hey, we're gonna give this whole control to somebody else. And it's like, Kaido doesn't want that either. Kaido doesn't want to face a non-Luffy character.
I mean, he'd be hyped to see Joy Boy, I'll tell you that.
He'd be hyped, but
He'd be
again,
like, what?
it wouldn't.
We did it.
That's the only interest we get. But the payoff, and I told people in the chat, like, there's like 6 things that if Oda doesn't land properly, it will tarnish the series, even though it will be as great as it is. And we can't have that. For what I think is happening with Luffy's body and, you know, what's happening with his power, right now, I think he's going to awaken because of what happened with Kid and Law and their awakenings. I think it follows that pathway. So Luffy's going to have to do that. But it's going to be combined with Gear 5. So I think what's happening now is that I don't know what's happening. I'll be real. I don't know what's happening. Only thing I know for sure is that he's rubber still until he's not confirmed to be rubber. And I think that anything that he's been doing till right now is possible of rubber. Now, there's 2 instances regarding his devil fruit, right? Because this is what people want to know. It could be Rensin. It could be another oil. It can be. But right now, we have 2 facts. One, SBS by Oda says that the only way for the user who eats a fruit to find out what their power is because technically they can look at a manual book that has been produced by the world government, and there's pictures of them. Now, if your fruit isn't in that book, you can eat it, find out what the devil fruit can do, and then you just go, oh, it's that fruit. If it's not, right? If it's not, Kaku, when he ate his fruit, said, when you eat the fruit, somehow you'll know what the name is or something like that. Like, you'll find out its name just because you ate it. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
What was the actual?
You'll know the name of the fruit when you eat it. But I think that's just nodding to the fact that you'll now be capable of doing something, or your body will transform in some way that will let you know what it is. So, like, in his case, it's a giraffe fruit. Like, it's not, some mythological, like, nah, bro, I ate a giraffe fruit because now I'm able to turn to a giraffe.
So,
you know,
what I'm trying to say is, it could be a different fruit. It could be. There's a possibility.
God,
it's not concrete, but it's a possibility. I'd say it's like 20% that Luffy's not rubber.
That's too high.
But I do believe if he's not rubber, and I can't hear him say Gomu Gomu no Mi no more, that's going to knock on his character too. So this is what I meant, that Oda is walking a very thin line right now that could either break his series or make his series even better, because he has set us up for so long, kept us in the dark for so long, that if he reveals this to us and it's not a great payoff, again, it's going to be, unfortunately, that's the gift and the curse of being great. That's the gift and the curse of being the GOAT. That you get this GOAT status, and if you fail, it's going to be a harder fall.
You end up like Game of Thrones. He's literally toeing that line, dog.
So it's going to be very interesting. To me, he's rubber. He's going to awaken and do Gear 5 together.
Okay.
So
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So pretty much what I was thinking about what you're saying too, and I forgot to add what I was saying is what I will accept though is because what I've said, this goes in harmony with the show, right? Is what I can accept that Luffy gets from Joe Boy is maybe knowledge, right? Because I noticed that Luffy can do a lot with knowledge, even though he seemed like he's the dumb person in the show or whatever. But like, I've noticed that when people have knowledge of certain things, even when it's hockey, how they're able to progress it. You have knowledge of certain things. Like Luffy was informed of knowledge of how to utilize hockey and what hockey is. That made him take hockey to even further. Knowledge, where he sensed through experience, but also knowledge, how he's able to make his conquerors bloom by experiencing it through Kaido. That knowledge, I could put and bro conquerors into my attacks, made him stronger. So what I'm thinking is like maybe Joe Boy is like what Joe Boy is, since it's like I'd rather not body possession. If it's but maybe for a little bit, but mainly like Luffy gets with a knowledge of how to like be stronger in a way, or like in a way a knowledge of a greater strength. Maybe even is to awaken.
Yeah, but again, that's like the same thing that happened with Aang, right? Like he learned how to remove people's bending away.
Yeah.
Through the Avatar state.
I don't like that. It takes away from Luffy's character for me personally.
Even if it is giving him knowledge about like
Yeah.
I will tolerate no Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh
stuff.
my god.
But I wanted to read some of the super chats. We got a couple. Yeah, we got a couple.
Hold on one second though. The only thing I want to point out is that for all those people that look at Kaido and is seeing Luffy lose over and over and over again, and Luffy keeps getting back up, this is the same thing that was happening with Katakuri. So I don't want to hear later on that Kaido has no pop, because you're going to drive me up the wall and I'm going to just cancel the show.
I mean, Kinemon's alive, right?
Listen. All I'm going to say is this is what happens when you fight Luffy. It doesn't matter who you are. That he's going to get beat down by anybody and everybody. He's always going to get back up. So you shouldn't diminish a character that's fighting him their power. You shouldn't, because that's just unfair to those characters now. Like, if Kaido is the top of the top and Kaido put him down 4 times and Luffy literally died and then came back, you can't tell me that Kaido doesn't have pop.
Yeah, he killed Luffy.
Yo, I'm tired of that, yo. Listen, please, stop that.
Ain't nobody
and I'm
saying
coming for
Kaido
you
don't got
because
pop. Listen.
you're going to be the person to be like, Kaido don't got pop then.
No, I'm not.
Kaido's soft, yo.
No, I'm not.
He ain't strong like that, bro.
I have a rebuttal.
He ain't strong like
we
that,
don't
bro.
have time for that for the show. I'm going to read these super chats real quick.
All right.
We got a $9.99 super chat from John Howell. Thank you so much.
Thank
He
you.
says,
Appreciate you.
I think hearing the voice is more of a conqueror's hockey thing. Kaido was able to hear Big Mom's defeat because he has it. Quick answer. Momo was able to, and Law were able to hear
they
the
don't have
voices.
it.
Beyond that,
And
at
that little
one point,
girl,
Kobe was able to hear it.
And that little girl from
the little
Skype
girl from
Skype.
Skype. I don't think it's a conqueror's hockey thing.
Yeah.
It's an observation.
It's
thing.
an observation
Yeah,
thing.
observation thing.
But thank you, John.
Thank you.
Oz donated. It says Luffy, who's Brazilian. Latex comes from the resin of a tree in Brazil.
Yeah, it's the rubber tree or something like that.
The cover had a monkey pointing at Sap. Maybe Luffy's awakening is latex-based thoughts.
I hope Kaido ain't allergic.
That was a good one. That was a good one. So that's the Luffy's a condom theory all over again.
Yeah, bro.
I was trying to think like frame was like, all right, rubber into like latex. So latex is what can
You don't want that latex that I think
Come
I'm
on,
latex. All right. What?
We have one more super chat.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right, Triz, shout out to Triz, man. Triz has an amazing theory on the drums of liberation in the Discord, and I think he posted it to Reddit.
I read it.
Listen, Triz, you need to make that video, bro.
Facts, man.
If we could help you somehow, please let us know.
Please do. But he says Joy Boy is jazz. Check out the Discord for more info. So we're gonna have to do that.
Like jazz from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I think he means jazz, like the music genre.
Oh, okay. Yo, we got 15 minutes left.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to some.
We got
calls.
those 2 subscribers too. Thank you for subscribing to us,
Hey.
bro. Bros.
Welcome to our
she's.
family.
All right.
Knock 'em
Anyway,
out, knock 'em
you want to throw up the number, Marv, so we can get this calls going? We have 15 minutes, guys.
Yo, Cuddy Flip says Grizzly Magnum a whole nother level.
Grizzly. It's crazy. Luffy didn't smile. You guys fully believe he
did.
died? You think you guys? I don't fully believe he died.
So for my theory that's coming out to be right, he would have to have died.
I don't think. I don't think he fully died. I think like his heart may have stopped at a brief moment without him fully dying.
Hey, we got a call.
Hey, what's going on? This is that One Piece talk. Who are you and how are you?
Yo, Is Jerry on?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey,
What's
Jay,
up,
what
what's
up,
up?
what up, what up, what up, what up?
All right, so this is about my theory about what Luffy's awakening is.
Okay.
So I think that Luffy's awakening turns him back into like the rubber sap, basically, and makes him a Logia. So kind of like Katakuri with the special paramecia,
hmm
something similar to that.
So you saying that Katakuri stock going up?
No.
No, I get what you're
Don't
saying.
do that.
He still is a Sanji.
Honestly, I think I believe what you're saying. I think we gotta go to more of Kid Buu from Dragon Ball Z. Remember Kid Buu?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
that.
that's to me that's the ideal form of Luffy's rubber.
All right, so let me ask you this, J-Verse. How do you think Luffy will fight with this ability now? If it is a
I
Logia.
mean, he can dodge better now using future sight. So like instead of actually have to like jump out of the way to dodge an attack, he can just mold his body around it.
Damn, yo, Katakuri really going up.
No. And like Laura said, like Kid Buu,
Yes,
you know,
that's
it's like he
better.
gets splat apart. He just kind of bring himself back together.
Damn, yo. Only if Katakuri was here.
He winning the poll right now. I put a Sanji versus Katakuri poll. He winning. Shout out to him. Jay, man, keep the Sanji love alive, bro.
Nah,
I
let it
appreciate
die, bro.
You already know it.
Blue flame, dog.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear from you, man. Thank you.
But I did get theory, and I believe with the
Yeah.
Kid Buu aspect because it make not
Thank
Luffy invincible, but
It would make him good enough.
yeah,
I guess.
because you can do a lot with that.
I guess.
You're invulnerable. You can change any.
I mean,
form,
whatever
body.
Katakuri could do, I guess he could do too now.
That's different because that's Mochi compared to like.
Oh, my bad.
Listen,
it is a
if-
difference.
I'll troll Katakuri all day, but if Luffy could add the elements of what Katakuri was doing to his bag,
Yeah.
Luffy, somebody who actually has pop, could do something with
Stop
that.
going up on a Monday.
But
Luffy's a greater Katakuri, so.
talk to him, Long. Appreciate the
No
call,
need for
Jay.
disrespect. Thank you, Jay.
Appreciate you.
All right, later, bro.
Yo, Che deep in crows, man.
Yeah.
He already at like Parker and the Dangerous.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dang.
you flying, bro.
crazy, bro. He addicted.
Flying, bro.
We got another call.
Hey, what's going on? This is that One Piece talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hey, it's Slack, guys. How you doing?
Slack!
Finally got a call in.
Hey, what's up,
What
bro?
up?
How are you?
I'm good. I finally got a call in. Every time y'all do this, I'm either at work or somebody call me when I'm watching.
Slack, if you
Make me
trapping,
feel
it's
upset.
alright, man. You don't gotta call.
Come on.
Stupid.
Nah, but
Don't listen.
I just wanted to ask, what do y'all think about next chapter being a Zoro chapter? I've seen some stuff, 943 was chapter title, and then we had 944 that was partner. So they think it's going to be 100 chapters later. We're going to get a Zoro awakening right after Luffy's.
Damn, so you saying Ryuma coming back too?
In a sense, I don't know if he's
Oh, my
gonna
God. See, this is the
reincarnation.
reincarnation.
Nah.
See, this is...
Sword God. That's the next sword god.
Listen, this is the slippery slope now we on. This reincarnation stuff, man. It gotta stop.
I never said reincarnation.
That
I
was not
just
that.
the title. I think it's a title thing. Joy Boy. I feel like it's a title, not a reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
I
Zoro's not
agree.
going to be known as Ryuma, but he's going to get
Facts.
the sword god title.
I like that. As far as next chapter, I want this tension run to last a little longer. It kind of worried me that the cliffhanger of this chapter went right into Luffy and whatever's happening with him. Because I need that tension run to be 5 to 10 chapters. You feel me?
It's never happening.
So, well, I mean, it normally happens. This is
Yeah.
like the time it's not happening. So
you can see Zoro coming back, Slat?
I do like that theory though. It's a Zoro
I
chapter.
definitely, because I feel like if it happened, it might be a little bit of a stretch just because of how much he's taken, but it's not out of Zoro's character because he's the tank. Like, even if he's taken so much damage before and just sat there and took it and then went on to do more stuff,
Right.
I can see him getting up from this, even if he's not going to be at his full.
Especially if Luffy just died, like if that's what he's hearing, like I can
No,
see that spark
I
in
feel
him.
like that could be it too. That's a
Right.
good point. If he hears that Luffy
Right.
is down, that might spark something in
about
him
to-
to get back up.
They both almost just died.
No, the Bink Sake. The
Bink sake theory,
Like,
I've seen it.
You might cry tonight, but tomorrow the moon rises again. I don't remember the exact lyric,
Mm-hmm.
but that might tie into that a little bit better.
Yeah.
I actually like that low key.
Yeah. We'll see, man. Maybe he opens that eye up, you know?
Hey,
I was a little
all
upset
I'm
when he had
saying,
one eye.
if you see Kaido head fall off, you see Emma behind it. I don't want to hear nothing.
Slat, are you ZKK? Do you support?
I support, but I know full well that ZKK is like a 2% chance of happening.
Alright, just making sure. Just making sure.
I'm not stupid, but of course I'm gonna ride for Zoro.
I appreciate the honesty.
I think they're gonna go more into like whatever Luffy's dealing with right now first.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you heard, but his point was 100 chapters ago. 1043, 943 was called Smile. I think it was about the Smile Fruits, and then the next chapter was about Partner. It was Kid and Killer, and like how he was impacted. So they're saying that the correlation will be 100 chapters later. The last chapter was Luffy smiling, and the next chapter will be about his right hand, Zoro, his partner.
Okay,
So
I see.
I like it. I do. Yeah. I just don't know if I'm doing all that.
We've
right
also the hieroglyphics from the moon with the 3 earrings kind of ties back into Zoro. He's dealing with Yuri, the Moon Princess, Shimosuke, Frost Moon. I just feel like Zoro has a lot of correlation with the moon, and if the Bing Sake thing is really what like has me tied into it, just because the moon will come tomorrow. I feel like that's Oda. Everything with Oda is a hint.
Yeah.
Yeah, he be playing with a lot.
Too bad we got all that Sanji filler, you know?
Such a hater, man.
But
Blue Flame Sanji here.
Hey, Slat, loved hearing from you finally, bro. Thank you for calling up.
Yes. I'm glad I got on here. Don't want to take up too much of your time. Got more calls to do.
Hey.
Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you calling, bro.
Stop the Sanji hate, man. Did y'all see that cover volume, dog?
You do realize since Zoro's not likely to fall under someone else, like technically the right hand man Luffy would have been Sanji.
That would have been a travesty.
Hey, what's going on? This is that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Yo, it's Onion. What up? What up?
Onion in the building. There's
up?
layers.
Layers.
I was just watching Shrek yesterday.
What's up, Onion?
What's going on, guys? So about the drums of liberation, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of feeling like it's not so much that Zunisha is hearing Joy Boy's voice in the sense of the actual person, but Luffy is made of rubber. I'm going to just say that right now. That I don't see how that's going to be changed up at all. But when you're looking at, rubber, it constricts, it contracts, like it moves different. So when Luffy, let's just say he was dead and he got, brought back to life, his heart is beating in a way that Zunisha finds familiar. Because it's rubber, it's moving different.
So you're saying the heartbeat is the drum? I mean, yeah, I think that's what it is, right? I think that's what it was being conveyed as. Yeah. Right? Like the beating heart.
I don't think it could be anything else.
Do you guys think the voice is the heartbeat? Is that what you're trying to say?
He's saying the drum beating. The beating of the drum is the heartbeat. Yeah, you're saying you're saying it's the voice.
You know, they say you could sense someone's
voice. The voice is separate.
Okay.
I'm just using this as the heart specifically. Like, I'm not saying that Zunisha was using the voice of all things in that moment, but the heartbeat is what she was hearing.
That's interesting to me because there's a theory that I have in life overall that, like, usually the people that love you the same back, the way you love them, share the same type of heartbeat that you have. So, like, for example, like these guys, right? Like, I think that they share sort of the similar heartbeat that I do because we care for each other the same way. So it's like maybe the heartbeat that Joy Boy and Luffy has beats the same way, and Zunisha recognizes that and can't distinguish really who's who. But overall, like, the heartbeat itself lets Zunisha know that that's what Joy Boy sounded like in a weird way.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like Joy Boy isn't necessarily a person. It's more of a title given to somebody who is a liberator.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, like,
I don't think Luffy is a reincarnation. I think he is just the next in line.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Onion, to that Drums of Liberation, there's a theory on our Discord from a guy named Triz Killer. Check it out. It's very similar to what you're saying. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was trying to find it before I called in. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just call in. If it happens to be the same, then that just means we all on the same page.
Yes.
Yeah. I think everybody in the Discord is on the same page.
Yeah, because
My theory, the one that's going to be right, though.
Always is.
Thank you, Onion.
Thank you, Onion.
Yeah,
I appreciate your
it.
call,
Yeah,
man.
y'all have a good one. Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, you
you
too.
too. You too.
Oh, man. I love hearing from everybody.
Yeah,
It's so crazy, right?
it's dope.
So many calls today.
Yeah, last time we was
Hey,
dry.
this is that One Piece talk. How are you and who are you?
Hey guys, it's Kevin Salinas in the chat.
Kevin
Hey.
Salinas. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to call back because the last time I called, I asked a stupid Usopp question, so I'll refrain from that this time. But
I'm glad you recognize
There
that.
are no stupid Usopp questions, man.
Nah, all of them are dumb.
but thank you. But anyway, so I'm just giving y'all a call because I've been wondering this for a while because ever since we've seen Zunisha show up, I've been wondering why would Oda have Zunisha show up for a person that really isn't gonna, I don't believe is gonna leave Wano because he has a bunch of stuff to do there,
Mhm.
So, do y'all believe that with Joy Boy now being recognized as Luffy, that Zunisha will become part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet?
Will Zunisha become part of the Straw Hat Fleet?
Just simply because at the end of all this, you're gonna need a huge battle versus the world government, and I don't know. I just been wondering that because I'm all for Yamato joining the Straw Hat crew, but why would Zunisha show up like that for someone that isn't gonna leave Wano? I don't know. What's your guys' opinion?
It's a really good question because it makes you think of the future. The only thing I could really think about is that one theory of Zunisha being Pluton who ate a mythical Zoan fruit could be possible. I could see Zunisha being controlled by Momonosuke joining the final battle. He would be like a miniature Shirahoshi to fight the world government. And it would be crazy to see how much power Luffy would have on his side because of the two ancient weapons at this point, plus all the alliances he's generated throughout his adventures, joining the fight. But I'm going to be honest, man. I think Luffy used a power he didn't know he had to call Zunisha here. Momonosuke heard it, got a headache, and Zunisha just came through because basically she probably heard something very faint of what Joy Boy possibly being in Wano. So I think Zunisha's gonna help. I just don't know how she helps in the future. I'm kind of dumbfounded actually. I don't know.
Well, because she has Zoe on her back, so that's a whole army right there.
Yeah, yeah. It's just I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Janisha's gonna help destroy the Red Line. Isn't I thought we didn't we?
She's-
kind of thought of that?
Well, if she's Pluton, then probably,
Yeah, if she's Pluton.
But
That's-
And then boom, there goes Sanji's dream of the all blue,
I think it's gonna create.
it all
blue.
comes down to Sanji, man.
It doesn't.
I think that would create all blue, mixing,
Yeah.
destroying the red line.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because now you have two people because we saw that only Momo was able to tell Zunisha what to do, but if Luffy's Joy Boy, he should be able to do it too. So I wonder how that plays a factor into commanding Zunisha.
It might be an alliance thing where she's more of a Nakama to the Kazuki clan than she is to the person who has the voice of all things, as powerful as Luffy's. Because
Yeah.
remember, even Roger possibly being Joy Boy couldn't necessarily. Who was it? Was it Odin or Roger? Couldn't hear exactly what the Sea Kings were saying. They just.
It was both of them.
Yeah,
I
no, they
think.
both heard it.
They both heard it, but they didn't understand.
It's
what's happening.
sometimes you're gonna lack
Yeah.
more than the other.
Yeah.
It just depends. I don't know. I don't know how that works, bro. I'm gonna be honest. The biggest. It's observation at this point happens to be more important than Conqueror's hockey, in my opinion. Observation happens to rule the show with the voice of all things. No, I'm talking about in the mysteries of the
okay,
world.
okay.
I'm not talking about battle prowess. I'm just saying the things that has come with observation happens to be in the most extreme cases. We can literally say that Shirahoshi's using an advanced form of voice of all things to control the Sea Kings. You know what I'm saying? Like, observation happens to be probably the best hockey use that you can have unless you're fighting.
Do you think it's like Conquerors, where it's like Conquerors supposed to be 1 in a million? But observation, I don't know if anyone can attain the voice of all things.
I think
you're born with it,
having the
right?
voice of all things is way more rare than Conqueror's hockey.
It's looking
Because like
it.
people like Don Chinjao could have it, and what effect does he have on the story? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause, like, look at Katakuri with the fight with Luffy. His advanced observation was way more pivotal than his conqueror.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, man. Thank you for the call, though, man. The show is about to end, so thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Okay,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
For real.
All right, guys. That's the end of the episode. I hope we fulfilled that One Piece itch that you needed. If not, remember, please like the video if you can for us. It does us wonders. I do want to say thank you. I know we want to say thank you. Much love to you and yours. Know that we are that One Piece Talk. So hit us up in the Discord if you haven't joined. Go to the description of this video. If you want to support us through Discord financially, go to the description of this video. And if you want to become a member as well, go to the description of this video. Well, other than that, we hope to see you next time. And until then, Jana!